Hey, so today we're going to be learning that one bit from Test Drive for How to Train Your Dragon. You know, that one bit that's on TikTok, usually with the Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers or something generally epic happening in the background. If you want to hear my cover, you can click up the top now, but I will be playing it at the end. Otherwise, you can wait till the end. I'll be playing it again for you in full there. So to begin with, we'll just have to make sure our ukulele is in tune of G, C, E, and A. So now we can start to begin to make our chord shapes. The middle finger goes on the 6th fret of the C string, the 3rd finger goes onto the 7th fret of the E string, and the 1st finger goes onto the 5th fret of the A string, and it should sound like this. From here we're going to move the middle finger up to the 7th fret of the C string and create our second chord. The 3rd chord we're going to move all 3 fingers up 2 frets, so we're now on 9, 9 and 7. From here we're going to place our middle finger on the 9th fret of the A string and play it by itself. From here we're going to bring in the 3rd finger to the 10th fret of the E string and the 1st finger to the 9th fret of the C string and play our final chord. That is the whole of section 1. It should sound like this. So for the second section, we're going to be playing the last chord from the first section to begin. So we're going to have our first finger on the 9th fret of the C string, our 3rd finger on the 10th fret of the E string, and our middle finger on the 9th fret of the A string. From here we're going to place our little finger onto the 12th fret of the A string and play it by itself. Then we're going to head back down to this chord shape where we've got our middle finger on the 9th fret of the C string, our 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the E string, and our 1st finger on the 7th fret of the A string. And then we're playing the end of the first section again of a middle finger on the 9th fret of the A string by itself, back to the chord here of 1st finger on the 9th fret of the C string and the 3rd finger on the 10th fret of the E string. And that section should sound like this. So the third section gets a little bit complicated, but we'll start with putting our middle finger on the 11th fret of the C string and our 1st finger on the 9th fret of the A string. We're going to play these as single notes, starting with the C string and then the A string. We're going to place our little finger on the 14th fret of the A string. Our 3rd finger then goes onto the 12th, and then we go into our next chord. That first little section should sound like this. And the chord is 1st finger on the 9th fret of the A string, middle finger on the 10th fret of the E string, and 3rd finger on the 11th fret of the C string. So altogether, that should sound like. From this position, we can play the 9th fret on the A string by itself, then down to the 7th fret with the same finger. Then we bring up our 2 fingers back into the chord position of middle finger 9th fret C string, 3rd finger 9th fret E string. From here we're going to place our 3rd finger back down onto the 9th fret of the A string and play it by itself. Then we're going to bring our whole hand down to a new chord down here of middle finger 4th fret C string, 3rd finger 4th fret E string, 1st finger 2nd fret A string. The entirety of that 3rd section should sound like this. And then the very last section is all single notes. Starting from where the last chord finished off, we've got our 1st finger on the 2nd fret. And then we're going to bring our middle finger to the 4th fret and our 3rd finger to the 5th fret. Then we're going to slide up the 3rd finger to the 7th fret. Then we're going to come back down from the 3rd finger on the 5th fret, 1st finger on the 4th fret, slide that finger down to the 2nd fret, open it, and then back down on the 2nd fret. Is the final section of the song. Altogether, that should sound like this. If you'd like me to do more tutorials, then please like and subscribe. Maybe even comment what you'd like me to do a tutorial on. But for now, check out what YouTube thinks you should be watching on my channel next.